Hello, this is News Now, reaching you live from iBrandTV News Studios here in Lagos. Coming up, President Muhammadu Buhari expresses concern as militants threaten to bomb critical oil and gas assets. 30 people dead as AL-SHABAAB group launches attack in Somalia. The United States carries out airstrikes against Iran-backed militia in Iraq and Syria. Petrol landing cost hits 232 billion naira. Subsidy rises to 5.58 billion naira daily. Hello again, and thanks very much for joining us. Here are stories making headlines this hour. I'm Michael Nath. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed concern over threats by the militant group, the NIGER-DELTA Avengers, to bomb critical oil and gas infrastructure in the country, describing it as rather unnecessary. The action is coming after media reports said that the militant group had announced plans to resume attacks on oil facilities with the launch of Operation Humble in the oil-rich region. This disclosure is contained in a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina quoted Buhari as saying that all issues raised by the group were already addressed when the President met with the leadership of the Niger-Delta and a Joe National Congress at the Presidential Villa on Thursday. According to him, the hydrocarbon pollution remediation project has started work with the remediation efforts in Ogoniland, and the President also directed the Minister of Environment to ensure that the projects are implemented with a high percentage of local content and inclusion of the surrounding communities. President Buhari also affirmed that the All Progressives Congress has been revived, energized and repositioned for its national convention and future elections, while commending the National Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, led by Governor of Yobe State, Mala Buni, at the APC-CACP meeting at the State House. The President said the fortunes of the party are quite on hand.
That your committee will continue to enjoy my support and that of other stakeholders to ensure that the conduct and outcome of the Congresses and National Convention are done in a manner that conforms with our desire to leave indelible footprints of all-round development and a lasting legacy for future generations. Now, the hard fact. I call on all our members to continue to support the Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee as they are set to commence the concluding and the most critical aspect of their assignment. The task of consolidating on all the achievements that we have so far recorded is for all of us, to which we all must be committed. You must remember that we all want to leave behind a legacy of transparency and adhering to the democratic principles which the party and the country need to survive and prosper. I thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Concerned about the recent spate of dastardly acts on police officers, the Governor of Rivers State, WIKE, has urged the federal government to put in place a workable life insurance scheme for all police personnel. The Governor said the life insurance scheme should be considered a necessity so that when a police officer dies on duty protecting the public, his loved ones will not be financially divested afterwards.
Your Excellency, sir, on our 3-point agenda. 1, giving hope to the widows of fallen heroes of Nigerian police force. Secondly, giving hope to the youth and less privileged ones. And thirdly, advancing and lending a voice of the challenges facing the Nigerian woman. We are here to solicit Your Excellency's moral and logistic support for our organization to enable us meet our mandate of seeing to the welfare of the widows of slain police officers and their orphans across Rivers State as we further expand our activities and presence in the state.
There should have been insurance to guarantee and protect in case anything happens to our police and our women. But be it as it may, we will continue to do whatever we are supposed to do. So as the president of BUHARI, I think by the grace of God, you have a lot to do. You have a lot to encourage them. You have a lot to talk to them. You have a lot to let them not believe that that's the end of the world. Things have to move on. So for us as a government, we will try as much as we can to partner with associations that mean well for the development of the country and the state. So if you have these programs and projects you have to embark upon, government will not hesitate to support you.
A magistrate court in Taraba State has granted bail to 3 United Methodist Church clerics and 1 member remanded in the National Correctional Center, accusing of spying on the property of the Nigeria police, and have been granted bail. The accused were on June 22nd, 2021, remanded at the National Correctional Center for breaching the National Official Secret Act of photographing the Nigeria Police Headquarters and sensitive locations in the command, and sent same pictures to foreign partners of the church.
The thing that I want to start by saying is that I am not a spy. I am a law-abiding citizen of this country and a faithful clergy of the United Methodist Church in Nigeria. I have never spied on anything because that is not part of my job description. I was invited by the Nigerian police on the 8th of June that someone lodged an allegation against me of public disturbance and holding illegal meetings. It was on that account that I was invited by the Nigerian police at the Taraba State Police Command. So I don't know anything about spy. I don't know anything about incitement of violence or holding any illegal meetings. However, I was given a copy of the complaint which was filed against me by 2 clergymen, and I opposed. I told the police that I have never committed any of these crime or any of these offenses they are alleging.
Critical stakeholders have affirmed that it is time to prevent and reverse the damage to nature, environmental and natural resources. This was part of the submissions of the stakeholders at World Environmental Day held recently in Oyo State. While delivering our keynote address, Oyo State Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources, Idowu Oyeleke, urged citizens of the state to take responsibilities to conserve the ecosystem.
Clean environment is a function of a healthy society. So where you clean your environment, I clean my own environment. That will give us a very healthy, clean and safe environment for everyone to live. So it is on this note I want to encourage the people, the residents and citizens of Oyo State to take the issue of cleanliness of the environment as a priority, a necessity, a personal responsibility.
Also, the environment in the future is for them to enjoy. Part of the degradation of the environment that had happened, the effects will be felt in later years. And so it is in the interest of these young ones to know that they need to protect the environment.
I think it's high time we stop this production of all these pure water, and even if we do, we should learn to properly dispose of them.
Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission will today, Monday, resume the continuous voter registration ahead of the 2023 general elections. Recall that the Commission had created 56,872 additional polling units across the country. It has also accredited 31 organizations to observe the CVR, while 20 more applications were being processed. The chairman of INEC, Mahmoud Yakubu, said the registration, which will be carried out continuously for over a year until the third quarter of 2022, will be targeting at least 20 million new voters. Niger-Delta Forum has called on governors in the South-South region to fast-track the establishment of a security outfit in order to help protect the area against further attacks by marauding herdsmen. The National Publicity Secretary of PANDEF, Ken Robinson, said this while reacting to the killing of a youth, Nonye Nwa Omoku, in Egbede community, Rivers State, allegedly by a suspected herdsman. They alleged that the 26-year-old Nonye Nwa Omoku was shot dead by herdsmen in the community last Thursday without any provocation. An eyewitness who claimed they escaped death by the whisker said the incident occurred in the evening when they saw a herder approaching their direction. Spokesman for the State Police Command, Namdi Omoni, confirmed the incident, saying the CP had ordered an investigation with a view to bringing anyone found culpable to justice. The governor of Benue State, Samuel ORTOM, says land will be given to Fulani herdsmen who want to engage in ranching in the state. He said this in Abuja at the 72nd birthday of former Nigerian ambassador to Mexico, Iyoruse Heiga. ORTOM, who was represented at the event by the State Commissioner of Education, Dennis Ituavia, used the opportunity to say that Benue people are not against the Fulanese. The governor noted that Tiv people are historically the friends of the Fulanese. You're watching news now reaching you here from iBrandTV News Lagos. We'll take a break now, come back with more stories. Stay with us.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's BENUE'LL Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the BENUE'LL family.
This is News Now, reaching you from iBrandTV News Lagos. Africa News Now. An estimated 30 people died on Sunday when Somalia's Islamist Al-Shabaab group launched an attack in a town in the country's semi-autonomous state of Galmudug, a security official said. The insurgents used car bombs in their assault on a military base in Galmudug's Wisil town, located in central Somalia, triggering a fight with government troops and armed locals. Major Mohammed Awale, a military officer in Galmudug, told Reuters. He explained that they attacked the base with 2 car bombs, and a fierce fighter that lasted over an hour followed. He added that 30 people, including 17 soldiers and 13 civilians, died in the fighting. A suspected bomber was blown up when his improvised explosive device went off in a busy intersection of the Democratic Republic of Congo, eastern city of Beni on Sunday, authorities said. The second blast in Beni on the same day. No one was killed in the two incidents apart from the suspected bomber and the second blast. Earlier on Sunday, another explosive device was detonated in a Catholic church in Beni, injuring several people. No one has claimed responsibility for those attacks. Beni's mayor, Colonel Nasise Kashale Muteba, said a curfew has been declared in the city of more than 230,000 over concerns that there could be another bomb. The government has blamed the Congo's allied democratic forces, which has publicly aligned itself with the Islamic State for the bombings. Foreign news now. The United States said on Sunday it carried out another round of airstrikes against Iran-backed militia in Iraq and Syria, this time in response to drone attacks by the militia against U.S. personnel and facilities in Iraq. In a statement, the U.S. military said it targeted operational and weapons storage facilities at 2 locations in Syria and 1 location in Iraq. It did not disclose whether it believed anyone was killed or injured, but officials said assessments were ongoing. Iraqi militia groups aligned with Iran in a statement named 4 members of the Kataib Sayyid al-Shuhada faction, and they said were killed in the attack on the Syria-Iraq border. They vowed to retaliate. The strikes came at a direction of President Joe Biden. The second time he has ordered retaliatory strikes against Iran-backed militia since taking office 5 months ago. Now, Swedish Prime Minister Stefan Löfven said on Monday he was resigning, handing the Speaker of Parliament the job of finding a new premier after a Social Democrat leader lost a vote of no confidence last week. Löfven had been given a deadline of midnight on Monday to either step down or call a snap election after losing the June 21st confidence vote when the Left Party withdrew its support. He had hoped to find fresh backing in Parliament to secure his reappointment. Löfven told a hastily called news conference, and it's the most difficult political decision I've ever taken. The Speaker Andreas Nolan will now have up to 4 attempts to find a new Prime Minister with enough backing from lawmakers. If he fails, the snap election must be called little more than a year ahead of scheduled polls in September 2022. You're watching News Now from iBrandTV. Up next is Sport with Jidechi.
Welcome to the sports update. I am Jidechi Chidi Ezier. Now, Argentine prosecutors will on Monday question Diego Maradona's personal physician, accused with 6 other medical professionals of having neglected the ailing footballer, the football icon, in his final days. The appearance of Leopoldo Luque, who is 39 years of age, will close a 2-week process of interrogating the 7 who appeared one by one to defend themselves against the accusations. Luque, who has described Maradona as a friend, was in charge of his medical team, which a board of experts found had provided inadequate care and abandoned the idolized footballer to his fate for a prolonged agonizing period before he was found dead in bed. A judge will next decide whether to order a trial in the process that could take years. The suspects risk between 8 and 25 years in jail if found guilty. And on the local scene, 51 Nigerian athletes have already qualified for various events at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, which is scheduled to begin next month. This, according to the president of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, Habu Gumel. Gumel said NOC and the Ministry of Sports were working together to ensure Nigeria performed better in Tokyo than they did in the last 2 Olympics. He also revealed that more athletes were expected to qualify for the Games before the end of the qualifying window. Speaking on the final day of the Nigeria Olympians Association Awards in Abuja at the weekend, BENUE'LL revealed that the NOC and the Sports Ministry have concluded plans to take Team Nigeria on a training and acclimatization of tour at Kizirazu in Japan. Team Nigeria is expected to take part in the athletics, badminton, basketball, canoeing, gymnastics, rowing, table tennis, taekwondo, and wrestling events. And that's all for now on the sports updates. Michael, it's all yours now.
Many thanks, Jidechi. Up next, business news. Oil prices slipped on Monday after hitting more than 2.5-year highs earlier in the session. A spike in COVID-19 cases in Asia put a brake on rally before this week's OPEC meeting. Brent dipped 10 cents or 0.1% to $76.08 a barrel at 0911 GMT after climbing to $76.60, its highest since October 2018. U.S. crude was down 4 cents or 0.1% at $74.01 a barrel. But analysts said the rally had not yet run out of steam. Stephen Brennock of oil broker PBM said, with sentiment running high, market watchers say crude prices are likely to keep rising. Oil prices rose for a fifth week last week as fuel demand rebounded on strong economic growth and increased travel during the Northern Hemisphere summer. Now, OPEC is gradually easing those curbs, adding 2.1 million barrels per day to the market from May to July. The landing cost of premium notice spirit being imported into Nigeria surged by more than 60% between December 2020 and mid-June this year, although the pump price of the product remained unchanged. Now, from an average of 143.60 naira per litre in December, the landing cost of petrol rose to 231.98 naira per litre on June the 16th this year, on the back of the rally in global oil prices and the depreciation of the naira against the dollar. The Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency had in March this year released a pricing template that indicated the gliding prices for the month. Now, the template, which showed the petrol pump price was expected to range from 209.61 naira to 212.61 naira per litre, was greeted with widespread public outcry and was later deleted by the agency from its website. The pump price of petrol has remained at between 162 naira and 165 naira per litre at many filling stations in Lagos since December. Now, the National Operations Controller, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Mike Asutoi, advised federal government to deregulate the price of petrol to curb the smuggling of the product outside Nigeria to neighboring countries. He said the subsidy being spent on the product had increased significantly. He emphasized that as long as the price of crude oil continues to rise and the pump prices of petrol remain the same in Nigeria, subsidy will increase and petrol smuggling will continue. Analysts at the Financial Derivatives Company Limited, led by economic expert Bismarck Ariwane, said they expect the positive sentiment of rising global demand to continue to impact the oil market in the next 4 to 6 weeks, keeping oil prices elevated above $70 per barrel. The Central Bank of Nigeria is providing 60 billion naira for 1 million electricity meters that are meant for free distribution to unmetered power users across the country. the federal government has said. Now, he disclosed this in a document on some of the achievements of the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, in 6 years. In the document, the government said the 60 billion naira was for the first phase of its national mass metering program. It said there had been a nationwide rollout of electricity meters to all on-grid consumers, as this was inaugurated in August 2020, adding the CBN had released funds for this. Coming up next is entertainment news. Burna Boy wins BET's Best New International Act Award for the third time in a row. Nigerian music superstar Burna Boy has continued his winning streak in the Viewers' Choice Best New International Act category of the BET Awards. For the third time in a row, Burna Boy took him the plaque after he was named the winner of the 2021 BET Awards on Sunday, June 27th, 2021, Microsoft Theatre in Lagos, Los Angeles. Now, the 29-year-old beat fellow Nigerian singer Wizkid Diamond Platinums from Tanzania and other artists to win the award. He was present at the ceremony and collected the award himself after he missed the opportunity in 2019. Burna Boy continues to dominate this category following his stellar years, releasing 3 critically acclaimed albums back to back. And with that entertainment story, we bring up the rear on News Now here from iBrandTV Lagos. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Michael Nath.